Thought I'd have some milk and cookies. Would you like some? So today, I was at work, and there is a guy I work with who is this big black guy, bald with a white mustache, and he's like the greatest guy. Now, some of you I know are probably going to watch these videos, so I'm not going to name names, but if you know who I'm talking about, I love him. I think he's the greatest. He's the kind of guy that says, I heard that, when you are just telling him about your day, like, oh, it's really hot outside today. And he's like, I heard that. Anyway, today, he just walks in, and he's always like, hey, Bridge, how you doing, Bridge? And he'll ask me that like 5 times in one shift in one day. But this particular time he had come in to my boss's office, I was with her, and he said, Bridge, how's the boy treating you now, your new boyfriend? I was like, I don't have a boyfriend. And he was like, oh, that's a shame. You really deserve one. And I was like, oh yeah? I'm thinking, how do you deserve something like a boyfriend? Like, boyfriends sometimes are way more grief than like a prize. I mean, there's so many benefits to being in a relationship, but I deserve a boyfriend? My second story is about my boss. She's this Hispanic woman who loves the world and just she's traveled so many places, and she's just so vibrant. I really love her. So for those of my coworkers, I do love her. You're crazy for not loving her, because she's a legit human being. Anyway, she had this a wishbone, you know, like a turkey's wishbone on her desk, and I was just like, why does she have a wishbone? And we work in food, so I know she's always cooking, but it's like, did you make a turkey at work, like at some point, and leave the wishbone here, or did you bring your wishbone with you to work? And I'm just intrigued by this wishbone. So eventually I got up the nerve to ask her, because I had seen it yesterday, and I saw it today again, and I was like, so what's this wishbone all about? And she's like, oh, I was just saving it to make a wish. So I knew she was going to ask me to make a wish with her. So she's like, I need to focus. So eventually, she's like, okay, we can go. And I had made my wish on her head. She made her wish on her head. We break the wishbone, and the very top of it snaps off and flies. It like snaps into like 3 different pieces and flies. And we're both left with these little pieces. They're both like the same size. Neither of us get the longer end because it was too dry, like snapped. And she was like, oh my gosh, this has never happened to me before. And I was like, me either. And she said, what was your wish? And I said, I can't tell you. I don't know. If I tell you, it'll ruin my wish, but I don't really know who wins in this case. Do we both win? Do we both lose? It just depends, you know? Glass half full or empty. When you're eating milk and cookies, it's half empty. When it's a wishbone, you both get your wish. Anyway, she tells me her wish, and she says, she's like, I wish for your little brother to be healed. She uses her wish on my little brother Luke, because she is a legitimate human being, and she goes, what did you wish for? And I start laughing, and I was like, honestly, I wished that I would be able to show people Jesus. Which, if you guys don't know what that means or understand that, just ask me, but that was my wish. And she was like, you are such a expletive. It was so funny, and I was just like, yeah, my boss wasted her wish on me, and I wasted my wish on everybody. So was it really a bad thing? It was just funny and sweet. My life is funny and sweet. And I learned to make crepes today. Yeah. Cookies.